The RBS-15 is a long-range fire and forget surface-to-surface and air-to-surface anti-ship missile. The later version Mk3 has the ability to attack land targets as well. The missile was developed by the Swedish company Saab Bofors Dynamics. History: the Swedish Navy was pioneering anti-ship missiles with the Halland-class destroyers using the RB-08 missile since the early 1960s. Owing to the defense decision of 1958, the main effect for the Navy was a restructuring into a lighter force consisting of FAC vessels and a halted destroyer procurement. This posed a problem as the existing RB-08 missile required launch rails and a missile magazine in the destroyers, taking up space that was simply not there on smaller ships. Adding to the problems, each missile had to be individually prepared for launch and only 2 missiles could be on the launch rails at the same time. In comparison, the Styx missile used by the Soviet Union stored the missiles in individual containers on deck, which left the missiles immediately available for launch. Tests were carried out on Plegad-class FACs with a single bow-mounted RB-08 in the late 1960s, but these tests came to nothing. Saab's next attempt at anti-ship missiles to equip the NORA-KA paragraph Ping-class FACs of the Swedish Navy was in 1978 under the project name RB-04 Turbo, a development of the Air Force RB-04E missile with a turbofan engine, changed wing configuration and start rockets to take off from land. The initial proposal was rejected as inferior to the Harpoon. The project, under the leadership of Hans Arlander, then worked out a proposal for a missile with greater capabilities and superior performance to the Harpoon. To indicate that it was a new weapon, the project name was changed from RB-04 Turbo to RBS-15. The first weapon contract was signed in 1979. At the last minute, the Swedish government did not buy the Harpoon anti-ship missile, opting for an indigenous design. The first missiles were delivered to the Navy in June 1984, and the ship version of RBS-15 Mk was introduced. The Swedish Navy ordered the missile in 1984 to develop a coastal defense version of the RBS-15F. The missile was taken into Swedish Navy's service as the RB-15 by the Swedish Navy and became operational in 1985. The Swedish Air Force received their missiles a couple of years later. The Mk was produced from 1985 to 1990. Work on a further developed version, the RBS-15 Mk2, began in the early 1980s. But it took until 1994 to get a development contract for the upgraded anti-ship missile. The Mk2 has the same range, but the mid-course and terminal guidance system, as well as the radar and IR signature, were upgraded. The Mk2 has been produced since 1998. The development of the RBS-15 Mk3 began in the mid-1990s. Emphasis was put on increased range, improved accuracy and selectable priority targeting, which improved the weapon system's flexibility. The Mk3 missile will also be produced by DLBGT Defense of Germany for the new class of German stealth corvettes, and is likely to be later used on other German Navy vessels as well. Finnish truck maker Sisu produces missile launch trucks for RBS-15. The Mk3 has been in production since 2004. Development phase the missile was developed from the RB-04 missile that was used by the Swedish Air Force. The front of the missile was retained, including the warhead, but the rear received new wings and a turbofan engine replaced the rocket previously used. The RBS-15 underwent trials on the missile FAC HMS Pythian from 1983 and became operational with the Swedish Navy in 1985. The Vakuumkransi Sturga paragraphed land-class submarines were projected to have 4 vertical missile launch tubes for RBS-15 missiles in an extended hull, but this was cancelled due to budget constraints to not fitting the way Swedish submarines operated. Versions: RBS-15 Mk powered by a French microturbo TRI-60 engine, with a thrust of 3.73 kilonewtons. Range 70 plus km, RBS-15F, an Mk adapted for air launch. Entered service in 1989. RBS-15 Mk2 range 70 plus km, designed to be launched from a number of different platforms, such as land-based launchers, aircraft, and ships. RBS-15SF, Mk. 2 version for Finland. Local designation MTO-85, RBS-15 Mk. 3, range over 200 km, with land attack capability. New warhead from TDW. There is only a ship-launched version. Production started in 2004. New oval launch tubes instead of the old box type. RBS-15FER, aircraft-launched version of the Mk. 3, RBS-15SF3, both new Mk. IIs and upgraded Mk. IIs, which have been upgraded to Mk. 3 standard. Finnish designation MTO-85M, RBS-15 Mk. 4, currently being developed. Incorporates dual seekers, has a longer range and new missile link system. The radar cross-section has been reduced and its warhead can be changed depending on the mission. Operators. Current operators equals. Algeria, the RBS-15 Mk. 3 will equip the 2 MEKO-200 frigates under construction for the Algerian National Navy. Delivery is scheduled for 2015 Euro 16. Croatia, primary weapon of the Croatian Navy for its 5 guided missile corvettes and 3 coastal systems mounted on Tatra trucks. In total, 48 MKI units are in service. Plans for upgrading 21 missiles to a standard incorporating elements from both the MKII and the Mk versions was cancelled in 2009 due to budget restraints, but light software upgrades were continuously executed and have improved the missile's navigation, precision and electronic defense. The latest of these upgrades was conducted in 2010 as part of usual service works. Unexpectedly though, in August 2014 the Croatian government decided to send at least 20 Croatian RBS-15 missiles through an overhaul program so as to keep them operational and current for another 10 years. The missiles are to receive upgrades to increase their range to about 90 Euro 100 km as well as to improve their guidance, precision and survivability against jamming. The missiles were successfully tested and fired in a live naval exercise in 2015. Finland. The Finnish Navy operates both RBS-15SF and RBS-15SF3. The Mk. IIs are operated from Rauma-class FACs, and it is also mounted on Sisu trucks for mobile coastal defense. The Mk. IIs are operated from Hamina-class FACs. Older Mk. IIs have been upgraded to Mk. 3 standard. Germany. The German Navy has chosen the Mk. IIs and Mk. IVs to equip its Braunschweig-class corvettes and planned F-125-class frigates and also plans to upgrade its Brandenburg-class frigates with Mk. 3. Poland. The Polish Navy has chosen the Mk. 3 to equip its Orkan-class fast attack craft. It signed a deal worth $110 million and ALll Naval Netherlands will modify the Orkan-class ships. MKII missiles for Navy mobile land-based launchers have also been delivered as part of the offset deal. Sweden. The Swedish Navy operates the missiles from its Stockholm, Georgia Paragraph Tuborg and Visby-class corvettes. The Swedish coastal artillery was also equipped with RBS-15 milliseconds, which were mounted on Volvo trucks. In addition there were 4 heavy coastal missile batteries, one of which was emplaced on Gotland. The Swedish Air Force operates the RBS-15F. The AJS-37 Viggen and the JAS-39 Gripen carry the missile, with the Viggen no longer in service. The following missiles are or have been used by the different branches: RBO-4E, RBO-8A, RBS-08A, Mk. I, Mk. 2 Mk. 3, RBS-15F, RBS-15K and RBS-15M. Thailand. As a part of its Gripen procurement program, the Royal Thai Air Force is to order the air-launch version, the RBS-15F, to equip its Gripen fighter aircraft. Former operators Yugoslavia. Some RBS-15s were delivered during the late 80s for the new Yugoslavian Navy FACs to replace existing Russian-built missiles. but the project was never finalized due to the Croatian War of Independence. Missiles are captured by the Croatian Navy. See also, Sea Eagle, C-802, Exocet, SSN-25, Harpoon, Naval Strike Missile. References. External links, RBS-15 Mk3 Surface-to-Surface Missile, Sweden, Manufacturers page, globalsecurity.org, German manufacturers page, YouTube video clip of land-based RBS-15, Flight Global Archive, 1973 issue on anti-ship missiles, media related to RBS-15 missiles at Wikimedia Commons.